So we are following this developing news that's coming to us out of Iran. Officials there claiming that the Iranian Navy forces shot down a U.S. drone over the Persian Gulf, did so earlier this morning. Now, a spokesman for the U.S. Navy immediately denied the claim, saying there are no missing American drones in the Middle East. Joining me now from Tehran is Ali Arouzi, NBC News Tehran bureau chief. And Ali, what are you hearing on the ground there about how this all happened and the public declaration that they had a U.S. drone?
That's right. The Iranians are claiming that they captured a U.S. drone that had entered Iranian airspace and was flying over the Persian Gulf. They said that the drone was on a reconnaissance mission gathering data over Iran, and this isn't the first such incident of its kind. A very powerful head of the Revolutionary Guard's Navy said that the drone was on a reconnaissance mission, and Iranian troops had been monitoring it over a few days and had captured it, electronically jammed it, and brought it down. Then later, state TV showed footage of two senior Revolutionary Guard commanders inspecting what seemed to be a Scan Eagle drone, the one that they brought down, in front of a map of the Persian Gulf, which read, "We will trample America under our feet." Now, as you said, the U.S. have denied that this drone had been captured, but this had happened last year as well, Thomas. Iran had electronically jammed and captured the U.S. drone. The U.S. denied that it had been captured. Later, the Iranians released the drone and showed it, and the U.S. had asked for it back. So we'll have to see if the U.S. admits anything later. Thomas?
NBC News Tehran bureau chief Ali Arouzi. Ali, great to see you. Thank you. I want to bring in now retired Colonel Jack Jacobs, Medal of Honor recipient and an MSNBC policy analyst, for more analysis and thoughts about this developing story. So, Jack, you hear Ali's reporting there about the fact that they have been able to capture a U.S. drone. We have the back and forth between the U.S. saying, well, one is not accounted for, but the fact that Iran is saying that this is in fact something that they got over the Persian Gulf. Your assessment?
It's liable to be the same one that they got last time. That's the first possibility. Second possibility is that it belongs to somebody else. I mean, there are other countries that have this Eagle scan vehicle, including the United Arab Emirates. It's possible that Iran got it. Either they bought it or they got it in some other fashion, was stolen from one of these other countries. It's a small, very capable reconnaissance drone with a wingspan of about 10 feet. We have quite a few of them. They're launched from Navy ships generally. It's got a pneumatic launcher, and you can bail them out of the water when they run out of fuel after about 20 hours or so, just with a retrieval hook. Infrared capability and the best small radar in the business. The whole thing's about the size of a shoebox. Very high quality images can be gotten, but there are a lot of them out there. If I were the American government, I'd deny it too. So the first thing you do is deny it if you're the government, or you do like the Israelis and you neither confirm nor deny and let somebody else prove that they got it. They came by it like they said. All
right, so we'll wait to see what more comes out of this story. But another international hotspot that I want to get your on the record on boiling up right now is in Syria. Earlier this morning, a Syrian rebel mortar attack happened on a school outside of Damascus, killing 28 students and the teacher there. NATO issuing a warning this morning telling Syria not to use chemical weapons against its rebel forces. Now, adding to President Obama's very stern warning yesterday, I want to remind everybody.
I want to make it absolutely clear to Assad and those under his command, the world is watching. The use of chemical weapons is and would be totally unacceptable. And if you make the tragic mistake of using these weapons, there will be consequences and you will be held accountable.
The consequences here, Jack. What do you think the president is talking about? And specifically, does it mean getting in the public business of giving arms to the Syrian rebels?
I don't think it has to go that far. I think one warning says if, as and when the rebels win and you lose, you're going to the Hague or you're going to the gallows, one of those two things, or maybe both. But I think the more immediate concern for Assad's government is that the United States might get involved directly, just like we did in Libya, from a standoff distance, sending sea-launched cruise missiles against targets we already have, centers of Syrian troops, government offices, and so on. And I think that's the thing that's really going to influence Syria not to use chemical weapons.
At this stage in the ongoing process, though, we've been watching this for over a year and a half. Do you think that's really going to happen anytime soon?
That we launch weapons. It's possible, but only if they do something like use chemical weapons. We've been trying to stay out of it, which is a good thing to do, and so far we've been successful. But I think the president's just drawn a line in the sand, say, cross this, use chemical weapons, and there's no telling what we're going to do, and I think that means launching cruise missiles against Syria.
Colonel Jack Jacobs, thank you very much. And I just want to tell everybody they can get a copy of your latest book out there, Basic Surviving Boot Camp and Basic Training.
Very funny stories from start to finish.
Very good. Good Christmas gift for everybody.